Directors of Cooperative Bank Group, dear shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Directors of Cooperative Bank Group, on my own behalf, I am delighted to welcome you all to our 9th annual general meeting. I am absolutely delighted to advise that the bank sustained its strong performance record and posted a remarkable 15% growth profit before tax of 17,700,000,000 billion for the year ended 31st December 2016, as compared to Kenya shillings 15.3 billion for the year ended 31st December 2015. This is the highest growth rate in the industry among our peers in the year 2016. The profit after tax for the group stood at 12.6 billion compared to 11.7 billion for the year ended 31st December 2015. You will be pleased to note that this strong performance was despite a loss of about 500 million registered in South Sudan operations due to political crisis in the country and hyperinflation. The year 2016 was a year characterized by a tough economic environment, but our strategic focus provided the required resilience. Our balance sheet and profit and loss grew by 2.7 billion and 15.2% respectively. With the increased momentum in the Soaring Eagle transformation agenda, revamped ICA infrastructure, and the strategy set for competition in the changing environment, the group continues to scale the new heights. Arising out of this performance, the Board of Directors of the bank are recommending to this annual general meeting the payment of a dividend of 80 cents per share and a bonus of 1 ordinary share per every 5 ordinary shares held, subject to regulatory approvals.
Taking it up from where our group chairman left off, we thank God most sincerely for enabling us to register a very strong 15% growth in profit before tax, recording a profit before tax of Kenya shillings 17.7 billion for the year 2016. The story of the bank, the story of the Cooperative Bank Group, is a unique testimony of God's faithfulness. It's nothing short of a miracle that a bank that was on the blink of collapse with a huge loss of over Kenya shillings 2.3 billion in year 2001, with only around 100,000 customers in around 25 branches, then is now one of the largest banking groups in the region as Hialanda. That today we have total assets of over 352 billion. We have total net loans and advances of 237 billion, over 6.2 million and growing direct account holders. That's incredible that over 6.2 million Kenyans have chosen us, CoBank, as their bank of choice. A branch network of 149 branches in every corner of this country now, over 8,000 Coop Jilani agents, and today as we speak, shareholder funds of over Kenya shillings 63 billion as at end of 2016. Indeed, Mr. Chairman, it has been a tremendous transformational journey over the years, and I must highly commend you, Mr. Chairman, and your board, and you the shareholders here today for your steadfast support of your bank over the years. Were it not for the support that you've given us as your shareholders, this journey, this transformation journey would not have been possible. And so we have continued to see a lot of support in terms of credit facilities to this sector in form of working capital, SACCO personal loans, mortgages, insurance premium financing, education savings scheme, members development loans, asset finance, overdrafts and excesses, and we have to date as we speak extended loans in total of more than of almost Kenya shillings 40 billion to this sector. I've talked about the Sacco Link card. We invested in a switch to enable the members of the cooperative movement, that members of the cooperative movement don't need to, members of a Sacco don't need to invest in separate ATMs. We invested in a switch, and we give them a Sacco Link debit card, and when members of a Sacco have that card, they're able to access goods and services at any visa-blooded ATM or a core bank ATM. And today, as we speak, we have issued almost 1 million cards to members within the cooperative movement. Mr. Chairman, I thank you. I thank the board, and mostly I thank you, shareholders, I think, for the support that you've given us over the years and for being there for us. Indeed, as the board of directors declared in 2004, this is the kingdom bank through which God will bless the people of Kenya. We have seen God so faithful in our operations and the things that we have done. Thank you for the moral support and for your prayer support over the years.
We did sign our report that 1st March 2017, and this is the reason I think members now why it's long, because all this is required to be reported to members and investors generally. We have a clean report. We are happy with this financial performance and balance sheet, and we have issued our report this last March on 31st. Thank you.
On behalf of these shareholders, take this opportunity. Thank you so much for the good work you have done with your board plus cooperative bank staff. Thank you for the dividend and the bonus that you have given. Thank you so much. Now may I take you on page 169. I have seen the bank has so many cases in court. Some cases are claiming billions of shillings, some are claiming millions of shillings. Should the bank lose, what effect will the bank get?
Their names, the people, with all those beautiful contributions, how will you record them down? 2, when we started this meeting, I did not hear you tabling the previous minutes of the AGM last year. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
In the wisdom of my chairman and the board, we agreed the following. Core Bank will balance the amount of dividends we pay this every year to make sure we have sufficient dividends for you, the shareholders. We're able to pay you a good dividend, but also make sure that we retain sufficient money in the balance sheet of the bank for future growth. Do you know what that means? It then means, and you'll be happy to note this, that from a bank that had about 1 or 2 billion, 2 billion of share capital in 2001, what is our total shareholders' funds today? 63 billion. So the money you seated there as a shareholder, you actually own in terms of that money is the 63 billion. We have built that capital to 63 billion without coming to you every other year asking for additional money. And so, in our recommendation to you, that is a better model. It's a better model because we don't tire you as shareholders. And that's why we pay you one dividend in a year. No interim, we just pay you the 80 cents, like now we pay the 80 cents. But then the board also does something. The money that we have retained as retained profits over the years is the money that the shareholders are able to approve, like you will consider today, subject to the board of directors' recommendation, to pay to give yourself a bonus share. What is a bonus share? A bonus share is profits that you have retained over the years, and you take a small bit of that money and you convert it into shares for the shareholders. Are we together? So let me ask a question, if we are to see whether we are then following you. Today the shareholders paying you a dividend of say 1 shilling per share, or giving you 80 cents per share as they are giving you, and giving you a bonus share also, which is better? Bonus share.
Therefore, I go to the proposition, and I propose the passing of an ordinary resolution to the issue of bonus in terms set out in the notice, i.e. to issue a bonus share of 1 for every 5 shares held, subject to approval by the Capital Market Authority. I'm proposing. Can I have a seconder? Whether ready or not, but I can see one lady there.
My name's at this way, Mugabe, I second.
Okay, can I have a show of hands confirming the issuance of one share for every 5 held? Thank you very much. I think my battle with the ladies is gone now. And item number 14 is any other business. And there being no any other business for which due notice has been received, I now declare the meeting officially closed.